Welcome back to Weightless Productivity.
Yeah.
Today, we're diving into something
We are.
that could, I think, revolutionize your inbox. Searching, not sorting.
That's right. And we're going to challenge that conventional wisdom of meticulously filing every email into folders.
Right.
Get ready to embrace the power of search and achieve inbox zero.
Every day.
Every single day.
Every single day. Now, before we get started,
Yes.
quick disclaimer.
Okay.
We may sound incredibly lifelike,
Yeah.
but we're AI voices.
That's right.
But the good news is
Yes.
we're channeling the wisdom of a real-life
Oh, yeah.
Fortune 500 exec
Absolutely.
who's been refining these productivity techniques for decades.
For decades.
Think of us as your personal productivity coaches here to guide you on your journey to a stress-free inbox.
That's our mission, is to help you reclaim your time and focus on what truly matters.
Right.
Imagine a world where you can effortlessly locate any email you need without wasting precious minutes sifting through endless folders.
Right.
That's the power of searching, not sorting.
Okay, so let's unpack this.
Okay.
A lot of people
A lot of people.
spend hours every day sorting emails into folders,
Right.
believing they'll be more organized and efficient.
Sure.
But what if I told you that sorting could actually be the enemy of productivity?
It's a common misconception.
Yep.
People think they're saving time by sorting, but they're actually creating more work for themselves.
Right.
Think about it. Every time you get an email, you have to decide where it goes.
Uh-huh.
That's time you could be spending on more important tasks.
It's like spending hours organizing your spice rack
Yes.
when you could be using that time to cook a delicious meal.
That's a great analogy.
And let's be honest, we've all got that one overflowing junk drawer
Yes.
that we swear we're going to organize someday.
Yeah.
Folders can become the digital equivalent,
Absolutely.
the black hole where emails go to disappear,
To disappear.
never to be seen again.
Exactly. And the problem is, even if you do manage to keep up with your sorting, it doesn't guarantee you'll actually be able to find the emails you need later on.
Right,
You might vaguely remember what the email was about,
right.
but good luck remembering which folder you filed it under 3 months ago.
Plus, think about all the mental energy we expend trying to maintain these elaborate folder systems.
Oh, it's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
And it takes us away from the actual work that we need to be doing.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Instead of relying on manual sorting, we can leverage the power of search.
We're talking one central inbox where all incoming emails land, and then a single archive folder for everything we've processed and don't need immediate access to.
And with the advancements in AI, search tools are becoming incredibly sophisticated. They can surface the exact email you need in seconds based on keywords, sender date range, and more.
So instead of spending all that time sorting, we can just harness that time to refine our search skills.
Yes,
And the good news is we're already halfway there.
we are.
We instinctively remember key details about emails.
Right.
The sender, a rough time frame, maybe a keyword from the subject line or body.
Our brains are wired to make connections and recall patterns.
Yeah.
We might not remember the exact file path to an email, but we're far more likely to remember who sent it and roughly when.
Okay, so let's say you need to find an email from your colleague, Sarah. You vaguely remember it was about a project proposal, and it came in sometime last week.
Instead of wading through a dozen folders labeled projects or proposals for Sarah,
Right.
you go straight to your search bar, type in Sarah proposal, and set the time frame to last week.
Ooh.
Boom! You've significantly narrowed down your options.
Even if it takes, an extra minute or two to scan those results and locate the exact email, isn't that still more efficient than spending hours sorting every single email that comes in?
Think about the time you could save. It's like reclaiming a whole weekend every month. And imagine the mental relief of knowing you don't have this mountain of unsorted emails looming over you.
Right.
No more weekend catch-up sessions, no more feeling like you're drowning in digital clutter.
Okay, now I know what some of you might be thinking. What if I miss something important?
Sure.
What if there's a crucial email
Right.
and I never find it because I didn't sort it?
It's a valid concern, but let's put things into perspective.
Okay.
The more you use search, the better you'll become at crafting effective queries and using filters to pinpoint the exact emails you need.
And honestly, in most cases, those, quote, crucial emails aren't as urgent as we make them out to be.
Right.
We build them up in our minds, but in reality, things rarely fall apart because of a single missed email.
Plus, if you do happen to miss something truly important, you can always reach out to the sender and ask them to resend it. Most people are happy to oblige.
Okay, so we're starting to build a case for searching over sorting. But what about all those automated rules and filters people set up?
Sure.
Are we saying ditch them altogether?
Not necessarily, but we are advocating for a shift in mindset. Instead of creating rules to sort emails into folders, let's focus on rules to delete them.
Ooh, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Tell me more about these delete rules.
Think newsletters.
This reminds me of this jewelry store.
Okay.
I always end up giving them my email address because it's faster than arguing with the cashier.
We've all been there sometimes. A quick escape route is worth 1,000 words.
Exactly, but the problem is this particular store sends relentless promotional emails.
Oh,
And I tried unsubscribing multiple times, but they kept coming.
wow.
So you know what I did?
What did you do?
Delete rule. Now, anything from that store goes straight to the digital abyss.
I love it.
No more cluttering my inbox, no more tempting me with sparkly things I don't need.
It's incredibly liberating, isn't it?
Yes.
To regain control of your digital space and decide what deserves your attention.
Absolutely. And it's not just about those retail temptations. I had a similar experience with a guy I met on a plane. We'll call him Jake the DJ.
Okay.
Seemed like a cool guy at first, but then he started bombarding me with marketing software pitches.
Ah, the overzealous networker. We've all met a Jake the DJ at some point in our lives.
So what did I do? Delete rule.
Yes.
Problem solved. Now, I'm not saying we should go on a deleting spree and banish everyone who sends us an unwanted email.
Of course not. But there are definitely situations where a delete rule is the most efficient solution for maintaining a streamlined and focused inbox.
All right, so we're on board with minimizing sorting, embracing search, and strategically deploying delete rules. But are there any exceptions to this no folders rule?
There are a few exceptions. Some types of content are inherently difficult to search for. For example, humor.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine trying to search for a specific funny email. You remember good luck finding the right combination of keywords for that?
That's so true. I have a few emails that I saved that always crack me up, but I wouldn't even know where to begin searching for them. Or what about those reports with long, complicated file names that all look the same? Good luck finding those with a simple keyword search.
Exactly. Or specific metrics you need to pull up quickly for a meeting.
Right.
Those can be tough to track down if you're relying solely on search. So if you absolutely must create folders,
Right.
and I really recommend against it unless absolutely necessary,
Right.
reserve them for these hard-to-search items.
So we're talking things like a humor folder
Mm-hmm.
for those hilarious emails you want to revisit on a bad day, a metrics folder for those key reports you need at your fingertips, and maybe a folder for current projects or travel plans, things you absolutely need to access quickly and easily, and that would be a real pain to try to search for.
Right, but I must caution you, even creating one extra folder introduces a degree of sorting burden.
Right.
So before you go folder crazy, ask yourself, is it really worth it?
Yeah.
Is the time you'll save by having this folder outweigh the time you'll spend sorting into it?
Right.
Often the answer is no.
Excellent point. It's all about finding that balance between organization and efficiency. We don't want to swing too far in the other direction and create a system that's so rigid that it becomes a burden in itself. Okay, so now that we've established the benefits of searching over sorting, let's dive into some specific search strategies. What are some tips and tricks for becoming an email search ninja?
First, familiarize yourself with the search functions in your email provider. Most platforms offer a variety of options, from basic keyword searches to advanced filters. Spend some time exploring those options and see what's available to you.
It's like learning a new language. The more we immerse ourselves in the nuances of search, the more fluent we become. And just like with any new skill, practice makes perfect. The more we use search, the better we'll become at it.
Precisely. Start by thinking about the most distinctive words or phrases that would appear in the email you're looking for. Don't be afraid to experiment with different combinations of keywords and see what yields the best results.
So if I'm looking for an email from my boss about a project deadline, I might search for boss's name plus project name plus deadline.
Exactly. You've just significantly narrowed down your search. And remember, most email providers offer advanced search options, which allow you to get even more specific with your search criteria.
Like filters, right?
Exactly. Filters are incredibly powerful tools that allow you to refine your search based on sender, recipient, date range, subject attachments, and more. This is where you can really fine-tune your search and zero in on the exact email you need.
So let's say I vaguely remember receiving an email with an important PDF attachment sometime last month. I can't recall the subject or sender, but I know it had that attachment. What would I do?
Easy. You'd go to your search options, select Has Attachment, choose PDF, and set the date range to last month. Boom. Your search results are instantly narrowed down to only emails with PDF attachments from last month. Pretty powerful, right?
It's like magic. I love that technology can do the heavy lifting for us, allowing us to focus on what matters most, the content of our emails, and the actions we need to take.
That's the whole point of weightless productivity, to leverage technology to streamline our workflows and free up our mental energy for more creative and fulfilling tasks.
And speaking of streamlining, I want to circle back to something we touched on earlier, the concept of minimizing collection points. You mentioned Sally McGee's book, Take Back Your Life. Could you elaborate on that a bit more?
Absolutely. Sally McGee is a productivity expert who emphasizes minimizing collection points, both physical and digital, as a key strategy for reducing clutter and overwhelm.
For physical collection points, we're talking about those clutter hotspots in our homes and offices, the stacks of papers on the desk, the overflowing inboxes, the "I'll deal with it later" piles that seem to multiply overnight.
Exactly. McGee argues that these physical piles weigh us down, both literally and figuratively. They create a sense of chaos and distract us from what we should be focusing on.
And the same principle applies to our digital spaces. Think overflowing inboxes, endless folders and files scattered across multiple devices. It's no wonder we feel overwhelmed.
Our digital spaces should be sanctuaries, not sources of stress. And that's where the concept of minimizing collection points comes in. Instead of creating multiple folders and subfolders for every conceivable category, strive for a simplified system with as few collection points as possible.
So we're talking one central inbox where all incoming emails land, and then a single archive folder for everything we've processed and don't need immediate access to.
Precisely. This streamlined structure makes it much easier to manage our email flow and reduces the mental burden of constantly checking multiple folders.
It's like decluttering our physical space. We get rid of the excess stuff, create clear surfaces, and instantly feel lighter and more focused.
That's a great analogy, and just like with physical decluttering, digital decluttering can have a profound impact on our mental clarity and productivity.
Now, I know some people might be hesitant to let go of their elaborate folder systems. They might argue that it helps them stay organized and ensures they never miss important emails.
Yeah.
What would you say to those folks?
I understand the appeal of folders. They provide a sense of control and order, especially if you've been using them for a long time. But I would challenge those folks to consider the hidden costs of sorting, the time spent categorizing each email, the mental energy required to maintain the system, the risk of getting bogged down in folder management instead of focusing on the actual content of the emails.
Not to mention the frustration of trying to remember which folder you filed something in months later. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack.
Exactly. And remember, with the power of search, we can still access any email we need quickly and efficiently, even without folders.
So it's about shifting our mindset from sorting to searching, from manually organizing to leveraging technology to do the heavy lifting for us.
Precisely. It's about embracing a more fluid and adaptable approach to email management.
So to recap, our journey to Inbox Zero starts with shifting our mindset from sorting to searching. We can leverage the power of AI-driven search tools combined with our own memory patterns to quickly and efficiently find any email we need.
And remember, minimizing collection points, both physical and digital, is key to creating a sense of calm and order in our work lives. Streamline your inboxes, ditch the unnecessary folders, and embrace the power of a well-crafted search query.
It's like Marie Kondo, for your inbox sparking joy by letting go of the things that no longer serve us.
I love that. And remember, search is a skill. Just like anything else, the more you practice, the better you'll become. Don't be afraid to experiment with different search terms, filters, and Boolean operators.
This has been such an insightful deep dive. I feel like I've gained a whole new perspective on email management. What final thoughts do you want to leave our listeners with?
I want to encourage everyone to embrace the idea that technology can be a powerful ally in our quest for productivity and well-being. Don't let your inbox control. You take charge, streamline your systems, and free yourself to focus on the things that truly matter.
So to our listeners, we challenge you to give searching, not sorting, a try. You might be surprised at how much time and stress you save. And as always, we'd love to hear about your experiences. Share your tips, your struggles, and your triumphs in the comments below.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the world of productivity. Until next time, stay weightless.